Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dark Phoenix Gaming, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Dwarf Fortress. So, I just very recently, if this is going out when I think it does, finished recording my Let's Play of the pre-dynastic campaign in Pharaoh. And I had been planning to immediately go into the archaic period campaign, but the thing is, I don't actually know the missions in that particular campaign all that well. I've only finished the first one, and done a little bit of messing around in the second. And with that sort of game, I feel like I need to at least somewhat know what I'm doing to be able to keep things moving along at a reasonable enough pace that it holds people's interest. So I thought I should wait and practice playing Pharaoh a little bit before I move on to the next stage. But given that, I also needed to find a Let's Play to replace it, because while I enjoy doing the little one-shots, I'm sort of trying to shift things back into it being an even balance between one-shots and impression videos and Let's Plays. And I've recently started playing, trying to learn Dwarf Fortress and playing that some and stuff like that, because I've owned it for a couple of years now, but in spite of that, I only have about 6 hours in the game. Because I really only started getting into it when it released on Steam. Because before that, when it was the version that you could get through the website, that was in the ASCII and everything, I tried playing it a few times with the Lazy Noob pack, but I never could quite wrap my head around the controls and how I was supposed to do things in that way, because with that version you had to do everything with keyboard commands basically, and couldn't do anything with the mouse, and just the controls confused me in a lot of ways. I wanted to learn it, and I don't mind a game being difficult or hard to grasp, but if the UI is convoluted and confusing so that I'm spending as much time battling the interface as I am learning the mechanics, that can kind of get aggravating after a while. So, as a result of that, I never really got into the game back when it was that version. And when it dropped on Steam, I got it basically as soon as it came out on Steam, but I just never played it for the longest time, and then I would dip my head into it every now and then, and it's a game I really want to learn, I just haven't managed to yet. So, I figured I'd do a thing that I used to do a lot more back in the day, where if I'm trying to learn a game that I find complicated or confusing or whatever, that I'll just, or I want to make sure I finish it, I'll just do a Let's Play of it. So, you get to experience me basically trying to learn Dwarf Fortress blind. Let's see how many fortresses I go through before it clicks. I'm probably not going to play with the settings too much, and I'll mostly just leave it on the defaults, I think. Yeah. Generally, it wants to default to 100 years of history, and I think I'm going to let it do that. We can do 250 another time, honestly. And I don't care to go into excruciating detail about every little thing in every single place or anything. The defaults are good enough. And I'll just let RNGesus decide exactly what traits and everything my dwarves should have, and take it from there. Creating our world. The Dimensions of Omen. Kardakan. Well, you can't say it's not an epic sounding name, that's for sure. And I'm actually deliberately not reading the legends and history things that are popping up there, because I want to have an excuse to delve into the world building and lore on my own time. I think. And we're gonna play now. Also, since I've done it a few times in past attempts to learn this game, you probably want to know this. I will be skipping the tutorial and will be setting up a fortress. We'll be playing fortress type. That is to say, yes, skip tutorial. And find embark location. There are a few things that I would like to do. I'd like to make sure we have soil, and I think other than that, I'll let it is anything, just because the other stuff I don't need to really filter for. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but anyways, the reason I have to filter for soil is I've started fortresses in the past where actually I filtered, where I ended up somewhere that didn't have soil, so I couldn't start any farms, therefore couldn't get the food and beer that I needed to get things going. So I just deleted those and moved on, basically. Okay. Now, let's see. And goblins hostile. Actually, I think maybe I filter this a little bit more. And no aquifer seems like a good idea. Yeah. Some soil. Clay. I don't care about sand, but iron. Gold, silver. Copper. Zinc. Okay. What have you got for me? Awfully specific, but I think starting with a decent number of resources across the board seems like a good idea. Seeing a lot of yellow in places that are not necessarily My best choice. Not sure why they like that. Probably just because they're missing some of the stuff I asked them to have. Maybe somewhere in there? I don't know. It would be nice if we could also find somewhere that had some trees that I could go exploiting. Okay. Match found, you say? Hmm. I think I found a decent spot. I'm going to embark in that area. There's some trees nearby, and some places further out with trees. And it generally has what I asked for. There we go. Everything's pretty normal, so let's go for it. You have arrived. After a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond, your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Italtopol. There are almost no supplies left, but with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You're expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you. But it is spring now. Enough time to delve, secure lodgings, ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place. Duckim Cathil. Work wet. Strike the earth.